Good morning. I hope everybody's had an amazing morning. The coffee was good. They woke up to a bunch of sales. Your spouse and children told you that they loved you. How was your morning, Todd?
Pretty good.
Pretty
What's going
good.
on?
How's the baby doing?
I don't have a baby.
Yeah, you do. You just got her. She's
Oh, the
probably spoiled
puppy?
rotten too.
Yeah, she's starting to figure out the pee pads.
Good. Let's say good morning to everybody in the chat. Good morning, Bum Crack. How are you this morning? James, how are you this morning? Hank, always a pleasure. Lag, lag. I hope you've been a good boy today. Tactical Z, morning to you. You have cruise on my bingo card. Uh, you want to cruise on your bingo card? Uh,
Now, anytime the subject turns to one of the things he's got on his bingo card, he marks it off.
oh, does he? Well, I'm glad you're having a great morning, Jabus. Um, I'm feeling somewhat better. Maybe good morning, Ping. Maybe the meds are finally kicking in. If anybody wants to join us, there's the link. Um, so I guess the meds are working. So anyhow,
That's
you
good.
got a lot going out today
Nah, I got like five or six.
for about $2,000.
No,
Well, that's the
like
way
a
lag works.
like
Lag
a
has
hundred
everything.
and twenty.
Well, that's enough to
Sales
pay.
been bad the last 5 days, 4 days.
Has it?
Yeah, it's like I was making better sales while I was on the cruise ship than I do after I've been home.
Right. How about y'all in the chat? How's your mornings been? Or how's your mornings been? How's your sales been? Yeah, Hank, five or six is better than nothing. Good morning, Glenn.
Yeah, I haven't sold anything. These are all like, I don't know, $30 or less. So there's just not much value in what I sold.
Right. Well, it'll get better.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
You started to. I used to sell stuff until I started watching YouTube shows. Yeah, that's the way it works. Good morning, Sandy. Well, that's the reason Todd's not selling anything. That's because he's not listing. He's playing with the poopy maker that he just got.
A poopy maker.
She's starting to settle in.
Yeah, kind of.
The older one, is she starting to accept her?
Bonnie
Jenny,
is
Bonnie.
Bonnie's kind of like Bonnie is kind of like pouting
Where is
because
she?
she's not getting all the attention.
She's a pretty puppy. She's that white is so clean.
And this is missing her. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh, she's.
We get a lot
eh,
of whining going
Does
on.
she follow you around, or does she follow Gwen around, or she just?
Oh, she's Gwen's dog
Oh, is she?
until she learns better.
Oh, okay.
Jenny was always my dog.
Now Jenny was my dog.
Oh, okay. And Bonnie is both of your dogs, or
Bonnie's just everybody's dog. Actually, Bonnie's been spending more time with me the last couple of years than unknown comic on the Gong Show. Yeah.
yeah, she's a pretty dog puppy though. You just got to sell some stuff so you can pay for.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, good.
between the cruise and a new pup, I'm about broke. I need to sell some stuff.
We'll run a sale. Okay, my the title of my show is "Always Say Yes." Now, if Nissa was in here, I would make jokes at her because her always saying yes is the reason she's got 5 kids. But yesterday on Scott's show, he was talking about, and that's the um, bearded picker. He was talking about, like Dusty had a guy that he bought from because the guy knew that Dusty would buy off all the off the wall stuff, and so they stayed in contact. And meeting people, building contacts, all that kind of stuff. Um, Good morning, Anissa. We were just talking about you. This morning, while I was having my morning coffee, I was looking through my YouTube feed. Um, and there's this young pilot that I follow. He's like 25 and he's flying. He's a corporate pilot. He flies, these $100 million jets around. But he was flying a Piaggio 180 in this certain episode, and I think that is the coolest plane. It's a free. You can Google Piaggio 180s, but it's a prop plane that flies at jet speeds, and the propellers are in the back of the plane, facing the back, so it's pushing the plane, not pulling the plane. Anyhow, he was doing a long flight from Arizona to California, and he was talking about how he started flying the Piaggios, and he said that when he was about 18 years old, he had just got his corporate pilot's license. He wasn't even dual rated, which means he could only fly single engine planes. And he flew a lot of planes around, like he would pick people. Airplanes have to have annuals. So he would fly somebody's plane from their airport to wherever the major center was to do the annual inspections. And he said he had dropped off this plane, and he happened to be walking by a hangar, and there was a Piaggio 180 sitting in the hangar, and there were some people standing around talking, and they were prepping the plane for flight. Anyhow, he said that he walked over and he, introduced himself. And when they started talking about the plane, he started talking about the plane because he had seen them on, magazines, but he'd never seen one actually live. So, they were talking about the plane and whatnot. And the owner of the plane was actually flying in with a different plane, and then he was going to be flying back out with the Piaggio to a meeting that evening. So he hung around and waited, and he met the guy. And the guy said, "Well, why don't you fly right seat for me, if you'd like to?" And the Piaggio 180 is rated single pilot. So he says, "I got to call my parents first because he's like 18 years old." My kid wouldn't even say that; they just do it. But anyway, he called his parents up and he said, "Hey, mom and dad, I'm going to fly to uh, Oregon with this guy that I don't know in a plane that I don't know. I'll be back when I get back. Bye." Anyway, he flew with the guy, and after and he flew with him a lot. Is his right and the right seat, and then he had he got dual engine certified, So the guy started letting him fly the left seat, which is the command seat. And so they built this relationship up, and that he flew with him a lot, and that led him into getting certified for the 180. He said if he had said no, none of that would not happened, and it would not probably have expedited him becoming a corporate pilot because he was flying this plane around with this guy, and he met people who met new people, so he was able to get into flight schools easier, and he got to fly, co-pilot on larger jets and whatnot. So I just thought it was kind of funny that Scott was talking about yesterday about taking advantage of opportunities, and then he did too. Um, so what's my point? My point is, don't turn down an opportunity unless you really just don't want to do it, and it's probably going to be because of laziness, not because of you can't do it. Now that's kind of weird. Not weird in this day and time, because the guy's like 25 now. He was 18 then, so it's been 7 years ago. But people are kind of odd these days. So anyway, don't say no. Except in your case, Anissa, you need to learn to say no, because we don't want 6 and 7 coming along. You don't want 6 and 7 coming along. Lag needs to quit saying no when his mother says, Lag, son, you really need to get your own place somewhere and get out of my basement. I'd like to convert that into a Pilates class or a studio or something. So anyhow, have you ever been offered something and you've turned it down, like you've been offered to come look through a storage unit or come through look through somebody's basement, or something of that sort, that you could have maybe got some good product out of and made a relationship that could help supply you with stuff? Have you, Todd?
Yeah, nothing big, but there's at the town we do auction pickup, there was a guy who had a whole bunch of padded mailers in boxes. And after I got my auction stuff loaded, I was like, by the time I get home and unload this, I'm going to be a little tired. So I didn't go get the padded mailers.
Was
But
there a
that would have
lot of them?
saved me some money. So, just little things like that.
Right. Um,
They were like $5 for
would you quit messing with my mouse?
a case box, like 50 in a box or something
Right.
like that.
Right.
So that would have been a good deal. And I messaged you guys, said, hey, I'm going to be in town, but I'm picking up a load from the auction. And then I ghosted him. But sometimes you go look at stuff. The same day, I went and looked at a train collection. And I even talked about it on the show. But that turned out to be the guy wanted a whole lot of money for a bunch of crap.
Because he had already sold off all the good stuff.
Right. You remember that when I was telling that?
Yeah. Because you said he
So
had.
I should have said no to him and yes to the other guy. But
Did you?
anyway,
But he had sold off all the good stuff, and he was still wanting the same price. Correct? Isn't that the way it was?
well, he probably would have had a higher price if he hadn't sold off.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was like, he wanted 800. I was like, oh crap, there might have been $500 eBay value sitting there, and I was like, he wants 800 for $500 worth of stuff. and I need to buy it, what, 1/4 of the price or less?
Right. Well, he's probably looking for he, and that's what some people do, and I don't, that's fine. I don't get my feelings hurt. There's people that don't want. They're not selling to resellers. They're selling to end users, like train collectors. They don't
Yeah,
care that
and
you're not
that's
gonna make
fine.
any. You're not making money off of it. And I'm not saying that just to you. I'm saying it to I mean, how much stuff have you bought and sold that you priced it up and you're not selling it to a reseller. You're selling it to an end user. So, um, Jabus, I might go down in February. I might run down to that auction that we've talked about, just for the hell of it. Maybe see if I can get something. Damn, Scott. I was complimenting you right before, and here you come in here busting my chops. Ah. So anyway, today's Thursday. Are your girlfriends open today?
I suppose my biggest financial loss in life was that I said no to. I was in my freshman year at college, and my dad came up and said, "Hey," my dad worked for the Santa Fe Railroad, and he said, "The railroad's hiring." I said, "Well, I'm in the middle of my second semester." He said, "Okay." So I went on, finished college, and taught school for 33 years. But had I gone to work on the railroad, I would have had railroad retirement, which is better than teacher retirement.
But would you have met Gwen?
Uh, yeah, the chances of that would be slim. But yeah, it would have been a much better financial turnout. Dad retired from the railroad in the mid 80s,
Right.
and shoot, he was making 100 grand a year in the mid 80s. He didn't make that his whole career, but
Right.
he worked for the Santa Fe for 40 years. And he got paid well, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you took your weekly shower, Scott. I know Gwen. Uh, Joni's glad to hear that. They're close. They keep cover. Other than the main lines, rail lines around here, they're taking the other ones up. Some property my dad's got now got 30 feet added to it because there was a railroad that ran down one edge, and they abandoned it. So when they officially abandoned it, it reverted to the property owner, which at that time was my dad. But it was a line. It connected Rock Hill and York, and we did some surveying work for a lady one time, and she remembered taking the train from Rock Hill from York because grew up in York. She'd take the York to Rock Hill to do with her mom to do shopping on Saturday. And I'm like, really? Yeah, she said there was a station here in Newport. It wasn't a big one.
Hey, baseball.
So,
Craig says, "Would you have been happy though?" I'm pretty easy going about stuff. I think I would have been any well-paying job. I know we're kind of boring this morning, aren't we?
I got tired of typing.
well, that's the way to do it. I wish, Jameis would get tired of. Yeah. I think he went for the lethal injection. O- Old Sparky was Old Sparky was not. I don't think he was. It was ready to be reactivated, which
Yeah,
is what they call
Scott.
their electric chair.
Scott, you think John's diatribes are kind of long and boring. You should have heard Tom's story this morning if you were still
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
I'm glad I missed it. I'm glad I had to take my shower.
Kiss my ass, all of you. Uh,
Yeah, I'll go watch it after the show. Nope.
I mentioned you in a good way. You know,
Is that the
agree.
same way? Is that the same way you sent the thing of me going back to the room on a cruise?
Yeah, but yeah, staggering around, and
Uh,
you decide you're gonna get jiggity with it. Well, that's the way you talk about. Y'all talk about your adventures in Vegas and at meetups and all this kind of stuff. So
I I don't. Yeah. Hey, Craig, you realize Mississippi State was favored last night, right? That was the SEC on the road.
what is Auburn? What kind of playoff is Auburn in?
Auburn's currently the number one basketball team in the nation.
Is it?
Yes.
Because it was I was listening to this thing on the news, and they were talking about Alabama's number 1, and then I looked at this TV, and it wasn't Alabama, it was Auburn.
Alabama's number four. So if you look at, so there's been a not, Alabama, the SEC has really taken over. This is an historical event happening in college basketball. I think 8 or 10 teams in the SEC are ranked in the top 25. It's whenever we finish the preseason, before the uh, league season, the worst team was 10-3. Every team had double digit wins. I think 12 of them were ranked out of the top 25. It's insane the depth of this league.
My point was though was Alabama is is Roll Tide.
Correct. Auburn's War Eagle. But they're number. They're currently number one. We're number four. Tennessee's number five. Vandy's 11 or 12. Mississippi State last night, we beat them by four. They're 14. A&M is ranked.
Good morning, Mike.
Kentucky is in the top 12.
Well, it was it was like I was surprised that he said Alabama instead of Auburn.
Yeah,
Because I
Auburn's got a decent coach. He doesn't seem to win the big games enough. Bruce Pearl's been a basketball coach for a long time. But we would probably, if we didn't lose a player early in the second game, we would probably be number one. We probably would not have lost.
that would have been a good game between y'all and Auburn.
It's not been played yet.
Well, I'm just saying that would be a good game.
We still play twice between now and March 15th.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, with a home and home.
Because that's the
Ching.
I think Valentine's Day. One of the games is Valentine's Day.
because as big a bunch of lunatics that the Auburn, Alabama fans are, that all of those people in one dadgum arena is going to be something else.
It's something to behold. This SEC basketball. And I don't even watch basketball that much, and you're here.
Yeah, Nessa, you got your ka-ching now.
Have y'all talked about the plane crash yet? And
No,
how weird that.
Was there a plane crash?
So last night, about 8:30, and outside of Reagan International Airport in Washington D.C., a commuter plane carrying 60 people out of Wichita, Kansas, was landing. They had been cleared to land. They were less than a minute from landing, and a military Black Hawk flying dark, the tower says, clears them to land and says to the helicopter, "You see the passenger plane, right?" And they go, "Yes, we see it." And then like 8 seconds later, they slam into the side of it. It's something. It's weird. Uh,
Oh,
I, everybody, all both planes landed in the Potomac. It does, Eric. It looks like it targeted that plane. I mean, it flew. I mean, it flew right at it. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or and so the helicopter, the Black Hawk was flying dark, which means no transponders, no nothing. But and that's the it came from the military base that is in charge of moving around high priority targets. So
I was looking at the I was looking at the news feed about it.
yeah, that's the first commercial accident in the U.S. in 16 years. For as much as I hate flying, once every 16 years, and I don't remember the last, and the last one before that I think was a commuter. The big ones, I don't know that the big ones that go. They have accidents and they slide off runways and do other stuff, but they don't go down.
Yeah. World champions were on board American's airplane, but I don't know what kind of world champions they were.
So they're saying figure skaters.
They were world champion figure skaters.
hmm.
And this, do tragic accidents ever happen? That's a question you should ask.
All accidents are tragic.
Do you think the 50 some people in Clinton's orbit all decided that life wasn't living and they decided they're going to commit suicide? I mean, all these famous people and all these famous singers who they blame. I mean, it's so easy to, you know, how hard is it? You hear about a famous singer and they go, well, they're in the process of helping with this and that. Oh, wait a minute, they committed suicide. Yeah, yeah. Eric said there was a plane crash before that area in the river.
Uh, you know that Mr. Diddy is glad that Mr. Trump is in office, so all the media is about Diddy. I mean, it's about Mr. Trump now, and not Mr. Diddy and his activities.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing that is he's promised to release the Epstein list, so that'll really take the focus off of. And this, so you might as well go creep. It's easier.
What's weirdo? Skater was denied boarding due to his dog was too big. Yeah, divine intervention.
This household an 18-volt battery charger for yard tools.
You need some WD-40 for that chair.
Are you kidding? He'd have to go spend money for it, and you missed this part about where he's already broke from, and not selling anything, but he's broke from the cruise, and now Gwen's dog, her dog, or do you say dog?
He's starting that mess now, Tom. So he can claim broke out to go to Nashville. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Two
looking
thumbs
forward
up.
to that.
Yeah, I need
Jameis,
to go.
Jameis, you going to Nashville? Lag's not. Lag would have to decide on what costume he's wearing this time.
I know. Lag's probably going to show up and nobody knows who he is.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I want to go to Nashville because they'd probably make me room with Tom.
I don't room with nobody unless it's Mrs. Hux.
Yeah, you wouldn't share a room with a fellow traveler in this
You
here
wouldn't want
universe.
to be in the room with me. I snore, I grit my teeth, I fart. Yeah, what? Because that Ozempic
Mhm.
just is not good. Anyway, you don't want to be in a room with me. Nobody wants to be in a room with me. There's not Roberta don't want to be in the room with me. Uh, so how were your sales?
Uh, mediocre. My goal is 500 a day. I think I sold 440 or 450 somewhere. Not quite the goal, but close enough.
$500 a day. If you do that, that's some pretty good coin.
Did I hadn't checked to see if I sold anything on the other. I listed a lot of parts yesterday, so let's see. Did I sell anything there last night? Uh, no, I was up later. I was up to after right at midnight. So
What were you doing up so late?
me and Phoebe fell asleep after dinner, and at 10 o'clock I came out here and worked a couple hours,
Oh, okay.
or 8 o'clock, whatever time it was. Whenever Jacob woke me up, I'm like, Jake King, I'm gonna have to put some things on my phone where at 8 o'clock at night it turns you to silent. Trying to
Jake,
figure trying to figure out how to make Chat GPT create a spreadsheet that I can use for that deal soldier thing.
for that what?
For deal soldier, so that it'll tell me so I can download the files and then stick it in a spreadsheet so that like when I get to one store I'll be able to know these 8 things that I looked up, how many of them are at the store versus because it's hard to look down the list and remember what's at each store.
They don't have an option to list that stuff out in that program.
Chat we started to just make sure Chat GPT can combine CSV files
Right.
and then output it to a specific file.
He uh he seems to be a pretty smart boy. Or he puts on a good act.
That was just entertainment while he was talking through. And so the hardest part is going to get it to write. Want to be able to write code in Python so that I can download 6 files and then just tell it, hey, run this, and it'll take those 6 files automatically.
Roberta writes in Python.
I don't know how to do that, but ChatGPT will write it for you. So
Oh, that's what she does. I mean, she writes in about 5 different queries, languages. Because her employers can't make up their mind which system they're going to use, and purchasing, they get wined and dined and talked into buying this stuff, which is the way all companies are. I mean, look at Todd. Todd was talked into buying 5,000 toothbrush holders. Todd, Did you have a pickup this week, or you wait until next week?
There you go, 2 weeks between, so I'm waiting.
Okay. Have a great day, Glenn.
So I have a Tech 15 a couple of days ago, and I download pictures to the computer. And then when I go to add pictures to the listing, it comes up photo didn't load, error. And I've jacked around with it, trying to make pictures smaller and doing different things. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's weird because I can make the listing on the computer and then go to it on the phone, and the pictures will load fine on the phone, but that's a whole bunch of steps I don't want to go through. dragging out the time it takes to list.
Craig, did you make your logo?
So somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. Dang, am I frozen or y'all?
No. You're here.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
new
know.
iPhone 15.
Oh, you have an iPhone. That's totally forget that. Lag wants to know if that's a new phone.
Chat
Really?
GPT made the phone.
No,
So did they make,
ChatGPT made
did they make
his
it pretty
logo.
easy for you to switch everything for you?
What the hell's going on? Change iPhone picture settings to JPEG. Okay.
Craig, could you send me a copy of your, if you still have it, the
You do that
file
on
that you
camera
requested
or photos?
ChatGPT to make your logo by?
You realize Chat GPT will make you a logo.
Yeah, I know that. I just can't get it to work right to do it like I want to do it. So
What the hell's the deal here?
you had iPhones
Y'all
before,
hear
didn't
me?
you? The default is HEIC. eBay don't tape HEIC. What's is that like a photo file format lag? What are you laughing about?
uh, oh, you just got to see it.
Did y'all take me off? What the hell happened?
No, you just disappeared. Oh, is that what it is?
Share my screen now. I'll tell you what it is. I told Chat GPT to make to make a logo for Tom. He's old. He likes cats and cruises.
And I have a solid black cat that looks at you just like that. If his eyes was yellow, that would be good.
I so you can do that. Where's Chat GPT? Make the cat's eyes yellow. All right, here. I don't know if you can still see it, but it's making another one. There you go.
Well, that's cool. That is cool. I like your background, Todd.
What?
I like your background.
I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
Nope.
Hey, lag. Would you quit fucking with Tom's computer? Todd's computer. We know you sent him a virus.
Is that lag?
Yeah, you've got a background that's the palm trees and beautiful water and
Yeah, I see that. I didn't do it.
Todd, you've never looked better.
and when your hands are out there, yeah. Well, did you change something? Are you on your computer camera, computer camera or your iPhone camera? Because if you're on your computer camera, then you've changed something in the settings, virtual
Uh,
background.
no, I didn't, but I'll change it back.
Anessa is not a boat, so it can't be all hands on deck. That's a that's a that's a sidewalk.
Yeah.
But we get
Lag says let him back. Hold on. Lag says let me out. Back in, Todd. I'm not saying nothing. Because God knows. Crap happens on this damn computer, and I don't know what I did. I do.
Under settings, when you're in the virtual background, if you hit the one that has a line through it at the top, under blur background, if you just hit the zero with a slash through it, it'll take the background away, Todd.
Okay. Format.
Yeah, she is a little cutie patootie. But those owners are not as obsessed as they are with those Dachshunds. God, man, those Dachshund people are
What are you talking about?
dachshunds. I had a neighbor. He was an old guy. He always called them. He had three of them. He called them Dachshunds.
Yeah, photos were set to high efficiency instead of most compatible. Whatever that means.
Well, she's cute.
Yeah, she's all right. All right, let me see if that fixed it.
Did you just get a new phone or something, Todd?
Yeah, you got it yesterday, didn't
And a day before
you?
yesterday.
There we go.
Yep.
You had an iPhone before that, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had an iPhone 10.
you had a 10. It's what, 6 generations old.
So they charged me $60 for tax and stuff, and then it's going to be $7 a month for the rest of my life on the plan.
What's the current?
Actually, three years, 36 months. Take a picture of my feet.
Y'all can look at Franklin's junk. Oh, wait a minute.
And then,
He's not far enough down.
uh,
Take your picture. Yeah, Todd's got an OnlyFeet page.
then when I plug the phone in, I have to go to Apple iPhone to get to where the pictures are stored. It doesn't automatically open.
Thank you, Hank.
Welcome, darling.
No, I said Hank said all the cuties, and I said, well, thank you, Hank. Yeah, OnlyFeet. I don't know how Roberta and I started talking about um, OnlyFeet page. Now I'm curious.
Dang.
Now you're curious how y'all talked about him.
No. Where is .de in a domain lag? Is that Germany?
There you go.
They live a harsh life.
Heck yeah. Old people computing.
Uh,
Yeah.
I can't figure shit out.
That's the way it always is. Franklin will be in there with his mama doing something, and Phoebe will come get my laugh and go sleep. And then Franklin comes in there, wants you to pick him up, and then he wants to lay on top of Phoebe.
Roxy can be laying in my lap, and then Cole, that's the solid black one. He's the youngest. of the three. He comes hopping through the daggum house and he wants to hop up on my lap too. No, because you see some horrible feet in eBay pictures and on cruise ships.
But just look at Todd's. You see horrible feet from eBay customers.
Yeah,
That's right.
baseball. No, I just thought we just thought it was funny and only feet because I'm sure there's a market for it.
Why isn't that showing up?
It's the toes, isn't it, Tom? Yeah, yeah. Lag. Shut up. Don't you have homework to do, or you're not homework? Your homeschooling work to do?
See,
What?
it's hard to see until I take the background away. Virtual background. See, Franklin's that weird dog. He's just laying there all normal. Franklin's got to be upside down. He's always laying upside down.
That's the way they are.
And his favorite trick is to crawl between me and Johnny under the bed, under the covers, and then you'll fall asleep and he'll be between us. And when you wake up, he'll still be between us. And so you'll reach under the covers to pet him. And somehow he's flipped around and you get a handful of fuzzy nuts. I'm like, really? Is it that important to you? Somebody massage your balls, Franklin? You'll hear Jody every now and then. She'll go, "Damn it!" I'm like, "What?" She goes, "I just got Franklin nuts again." uh, yeah.
Uh, you love they'll drive you crazy, but you love them more than anybody can imagine. It's Roxy will get up under under the covers with me, and I have to sleep with this arm like this, and she lays her head right here beside me. And then I'll wake up, and she's gone later on. I don't. She doesn't wake me up or anything. She goes into stealth mode and goes and gets on her perch. Because the top of our chest of drawers has a pad on it that once she lays on it, it starts warming up. But if she's not on it, um, it doesn't heat up. So she goes and gets there because I forgot to turn the heat back on last night.
Oh yeah. We had the heat pad on and the heating blankets. Both of us had heat blankets on last night. Yeah, you don't find they they don't they get under the heating blanket and don't move.
Fuck those dogs. I'll eat them for lunch. You'd probably like the puppy though, dude. You want somebody to play with you, and nobody will play with you because they're old.
Franklin said nobody's as cute as me.
So we had the pet moment this morning. Your mother would be so mad. Why? And that's not fuzz nuts. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I had to look back up the chat. So anyway, what you got going on today, Scott?
Nothing. I'm trying to decide if I want to run to the first stores or I'm just going to sit here on the list. Uh,
Did you get everything listed that
no,
you
I listed about 2/3 of what I wanted. I've got all the. That's the nice thing about using photo room. Let's kill Franklin. You got to go away from for a while, buddy. Go back. So that's the nice thing about photo room. For those of you who don't use photo room, I realize it's $100 a month. But like last night, um, the last 41 pictures I took, it'll turn all your backgrounds white at one time. So I just they'll do it batch, do it 50. Um, it's just these are a pair of shoes that I got.
No,
Well, I'll be
are you removing the background on all your eBay photos too?
Yeah, all of them. Just put a white background. It makes the shoes. It makes the things pop.
I'll be go to hell. Lag suggestion worked.
Lord have mercy. So yeah, I cleaned up that pair. Like yes, I got to list those today. I had a pair of those OCs. Uh, and these are Ariats. They're going up today.
Boy, that looks professional.
I know, right? Remember I showed you that the other day. I showed you the little toy that's worth $24, $25. There he is on the without a background.
Cool.
And one of the other ones in that bag was this one. He's worth like 22. Those two together, they're little itty bitty. So that was that $3 bag. So I've got to get all those listed. But it's photo room is so easy just to tell it 41 pictures, make them white backgrounds, and it goes shoom. Um,
Jabez, you talk about a boring video.
Yeah, you'd really be bitching about it.
it'll even do you.
That's a good photo of you.
Yeah, I had to do that so I could put my head on one of the thumbnails.
Is that the picture you used for the skydiving one?
No, but I would. Because you could just make the white background white instead of having to chop it around in photo room, and then Canva will remove the white part.
Yeah,
Tom's
Canva is pretty sweet.
looked like you were fixing to explode, Tom.
Sorry, I
But see,
felt like I was. I was trying to smash the cough.
that's the difference. See how that you can that's the two coffee cups that, and then here they are without the background. So you're just seeing you don't see any of because the photo area always you can see the photo area. It's always gray on the outline, and so I take the background off all of them just so the person looking can look at the item without any distractions.
Right.
It shows the item better so that whether it's got a flaw or whether nothing's wrong with it, it makes it better for the buyer. Because like these shoes, their natural color is an off color, but they look dingy.
Right.
They kind of look dingy there, but without the background,
Mm-hmm.
they show their gray color better than because they're supposed to they're not white, they're an off color.
Yeah, but I don't use OBS, American Honey. It is a good program, but I don't use it because I don't use it. I don't use OBS to stream.
Oh shit! No wonder it's so hard. I'm like, why is it so hard? Because the camera had fallen over. Why is it so hard to show these pictures? Because the camera evidently I pushed it. So here's a good one. How many people know who this is? Yes, I actually picked up a plush. I know y'all.
I have no idea.
Anybody in the chat know who this is? Lag. You probably watch this on TV since you're like 12 years old. Anybody know who this is? This is a plush I always look up. Lag said it's him.
I got no clue.
That was after my kids stopped watching that stuff.
Even Anissa doesn't know.
And this is babies are 16 years old now.
Lag. If you take one letter off, I believe his name is Bot. He's an Umizoomi. He's from the character Umizoomi. So Umizoomi was popular in there's chassis. Uh, they just didn't make a lot of merchandise for Umizoomi, and so you could pick. So there was a time I was picking him up in Walmart new
Uh huh.
and getting $40 or $50 for that stupid thing. It's still worth like 26 or 27 without tags used, but Umizoomi was just one of those shows because they were in Walgreens and Rite Aid, so I knew who they were just by looking at the toys in Walgreens and Rite Aid, and then I found them in Walmart. They were always on the bottom shelf. There's like three characters plus this guy. So there's two little boys, a little girl, and him. And so I gotta take a picture of Bot and list Bot today.
I went to a Goodwill that's right beside the Food Lion yesterday, and I bought a Mickey Mouse child's desk. Not to sell, but because Roberta has a 2-year-old great nephew, and I took a picture of it and sent it to her. I said, "You want to get that for me to pick that up for the kid?" And she looked at it. She said, "How much is it?" And I said, $4.99. And she said, "Absolutely." So it's now sitting over there in the sunroom. She's got to go to Old Fort this weekend and take it up there. It's cute. It's because my mother-in-law watches him like 3 days a week. So I told Roberta, I said, it's, he can start coloring and stuff like that on it. But there's a lot, really, seriously, even if you're not reselling, there is a lot of bargains to be had at thrift stores. Like that daggum little desk. I bet that desk was $49.95 when it was new.
So if y'all watch my thrifting video, I showed a Sunbeam Oscar. It was a food processor, and I
Right.
didn't buy it for $5 because it had the wrong top on it. It had the actual food processing, and that blade wasn't enough. Well, last night I was going through the box beside me, and there actually was one sitting here. That's the top you're looking for on an Oscar, because the blade is worth 23, 24, somewhere in there, and then you can sell these two. This together is worth 24 plus shipping. So between the two, you can sell the whole unit for like 25, or you can break them apart and sell these for uh, closer to 50, which makes no sense. That they're so set. I need a blade, so they buy the blade when they could have bought the whole damn machine and had spares of everything. But these Oscars, because the way they work is the lid. See the little flip. It spins into the machine, and so it only turns the motor on if that's in there, like a lot of food processors do.
Right.
A lot of people break that tab, and so they need the lid again. A lot of people lose the blade; they need the blade again. And the motor, there's 90 listed, and only 10 have sold in the last 90 some days. So I'm probably just gonna. I'm getting to the point where there's not as much money in the motor because it. It will sell for $23, $24, but it's so heavy, the shipping,
Right.
and the storage. So I think I'm gonna start pitching stuff like this. I don't think I'm gonna keep the motor. I think I'm gonna chunk it.
We'll throw them in a box and then take them by your electronics recycling store.
Okay. Yeah. They've got an outlet right there in the driveway. Green can.
Well, that way you get a little bit of coin off of it.
We don't have electronics recycling that I'm aware of.
Your junkyards.
I know, green can. But that is, and then I did get the Ninja listed yesterday, the one they sold me for $2. That was $170 blender, by the way. Ship them to Tom? No thanks. I thought, how can you say Craig's expert tips when shipping to Tom is not an expert tip? You should change your name, you lie, Craig. It should be Craig's mediocre tips.
Um, I was looking at something. I was looking at electronic recycling centers in Huntsville. I mean, yeah, Huntsville, and
You didn't find one.
it made me. Yeah, there's. I don't know where it's at yet, but because I hadn't got that far into it. But anyway, I've noticed there's been a bunch of videos shop popping up. I mentioned it some weeks ago about. I don't know how this became my browser. Anyway, it became about the red boxes. There's been a lot of people that's put up videos now where they bought red boxes and they're selling off the videos off of them and then parting out the vending machine. Yeah, Felix, you just go ahead and jump all over that sucker. I can go buy a $25 Timex and it'll tell me just as good a time as that 650,000 one. Who the hell pays $650,000 for a dadgum watch?
Rich people.
Stupid rich people.
Why is it stupid?
Because most of them are ugly as hell. And they're really. Well, why don't you go why don't you go borrow the 650 and flip that into 900, Felix? Or go ask your wife for some money. She's probably got a bunch. That's a Southern thing, Jabus. If you don't know that, then you're not really a Southerner.
He's probably a transplant. I get that feeling.
He's probably from damn Connecticut.
New York City.
Yeah, New York City. You can't borrow money. Well, if you flip it fast enough, you won't pay much interest. So anyway, it's past my appointed time.
All
You
right.
fellas have anything to wrap up the show with? Any words of wisdom? I guess not.
I ran out of words of wisdom years ago.
Oh, did you? All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with us today.
If it ain't listed, it won't sell.
There you go.
Words of wisdom.
No, not my nap time.
If it looks like shit and smells like shit, it's probably shit. Words of wisdom.
I thought you were going to say, if it smells like shit, looks like shit,
I do have some word. I do have
list
some
it for
word
double. List it for double.
for all you damn Yankees. That fucking idiot Elizabeth Warren yesterday. What going questioning Robert Kennedy wanted him to make a commitment that he wouldn't take any money from uh, any of the pharmacies or any of the other things. Uh, he- and they've given almost $5 million to her fucking campaign. These people are idiots.
That's just it. People don't, they should have to list every person that donates money,
I mean,
and it should be readily available.
there might be five. They do that. There might be five. There might be five senators I would keep and wipe the rest of them out. Maybe five, and that'd be stretching it to five.
And you're talking about voting them out. We don't want any hostile getting
Remember, remember,
204 taken down.
remember what they're doing in South Carolina today. I'd be all right with that too.
So, all right, guys, y'all have a great day. Make some money,
We fire up Yellow Mama down here in Alabama just for them.
and look for Todd's show tomorrow. Scott, you going to do a show again tomorrow night?
Probably.
Yeah.
Term limits. Amen, honey, American honey. Term limits. You look at the list of them and how long they've been in. They're senators that have been in office for like 49 years. These are not. Look how long Elizabeth Warren's been leached. How can somebody so fucking ignorant be elected so many times? You know that really says a lot about the state of Massachusetts. I mean, at least in North Carolina, when there was old Jesse Helms, everybody knew that we kept electing Colonel Sanders because we were stupid.
No, because Jesse Helms and Strom Thurmond protected their state. That's the reason they always won, and they always won by a landslide.
But even those idiots should have been term limited out.
Absolutely,
No,
all of them should.
let's can we want the list of the 1.8 million dollars where that money went for these Congress people to settle sexual discrimination. That's what we want. When you find old boy from California who was assaulting male staffers and raped a 13-year-old, that guy who's still in office.
Well,
That kid.
I think a lot of that nonsense is going to be coming to an end because a lot of people. I mean, a lot of things have changed recently. A lot of people are waking up and saying, well, "How do these people make all this damn money?"
They insider trading.
Yeah,
If Tom, if we did the same, if we even attempted the insider trading they do, we'd all be in jail.
because see, when a president becomes was supposed to be, I thought senators and congressmen too. Their stock trades were supposed to be, or stock holdings were supposed to be put into a blind trust
Hey,
and managed by somebody else.
and this is right. Did you see what's his name got sentenced to 11 years prison yesterday? The Democratic senator out of New Jersey. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
I know he's not,
Who was a Democratic senator out of New Jersey going to jail?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
Yes.
Menendez.
Do you want
What?
me to use ChatGPT?
Bernie Goldbar.
The surname is origin with no.
It's shocking that one of them is actually going to jail.
Yeah. Baseball, I'll tell you like I tell Jameis. And lag. If we bore you, there's a little X up in the right hand corner of your screen. If you click it, it closes the screen out. So there you go. I don't
Count
make
it
any
off.
money off of this thing. I'm just having a good time. And if you don't like it, you don't want to be here, you don't like the topic of conversations, please be someplace else. I want you to be happy. Life is too short.
Okay, so a lag. Your assignment is to help me make Tom a business card so he can pass out with cats and cruises.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Y'all have a great one. Todd, have fun at the Lutheran show. Don't forget to put on your high karate. Maybe put an extra little splash on today so you really smell good. And we'll see
Hi,
y'all
karate.
tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. I got a cha-ching coming.
Okay.
That every Thursday, I think about when you remind him about high karate. I think of the Diamond Rio song, Bubba Hyde, where it said he slaps on some high karate aftershave.
Yeah, I watched that video there. That was pretty funny.
That's Todd Bubba Hyde.
Bubba High.
I know you people in the
Well,
audience.
taking a minute.
Y'all probably never heard of Diamond Rio, all y'all in the audience, but there you go. Y'all are missing out. It's one of the better. That's one of the better country groups of the last so many years.
You, you karate, commercial, Oriental lime, and all this kind of stuff. What kind of drugs were people doing back then that came up with some of these commercials?
Yeah, somebody was emailing me, Todd, wanting your contact information about buying some of your plugs. I gave him your store number, your YouTube name, and your eBay.
Do what?
I gave him your eBay store name and your YouTube name. He's looking to buy some of those, your trailer
Electrical.
electric plugs.
Craig, quit being a butt.
I tell you, if y'all just block Craig, it's a whole lot better. I have to time him out every time I see him. Wait a minute, it's Craig timeout.
Yeah,
After you do it about the third time, he goes away. What's he doing? Making offers on everything?
he just sending me stupid messages on one of my listings.
So you're not getting the sale that we're waiting on?
Now I'm getting a sale, unless it was Craig that. I sold an Atlanta Braves hat, but I haven't got the cha-ching through yet. I accepted it.
Craig says, not me.
Yeah, it is. Bama reseller.
No, he's an he's an old Miss reseller.
Yeah, that's the reason he's got so many daggum. Is that really Craig, Bama reseller? I thought that was somebody else.
Unless Dusty came back from the grave, then no.
No, he was just Bama something. He had numbers behind his.
What'd you time him out for?
Because I chose to do so. I was having some fun.
Okay.
I'm serious, guys. If you don't want, y'all don't like being in here, please feel free to go see somebody else. There's a lot of good YouTubers on here. That's probably more informative to me, but they probably don't love you like I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that what you went to jail for?
no, 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 not that. All right, Todd. It seems like they're not going to pay you, so
Not
Oh,
that.
okay.
we'll see you later. Y'all have a great day.
Peace out.
Bye.
Yeah, when you accept an offer, they don't have to
Yeah.
automatically pay you. So eBay said they were going to change that, and they never did.
They never did.
I've had some sales, but they all been crappy ones.
Yeah, I sold like a wine fridge. What have I got to ship today? I have a. I think I'm gonna start shipping at night. I get more things done. Wine fridge, a skillet, an old pair of military head sound protector things. Look like you wear them on like out on a aircraft carrier or something. I got $44 shipped for those suckers. They were $2. Knife cutter, Hot Wheels, an Echo Dot. Mm,
Are we still live?
no,
It says live, and the counter's still going.
we must still be.
He He turned his screen off and walked away. He didn't realize the show was still live.
I could end this show for him.
Yeah, get out that BB gun.
I can end the show for him.
Oh,
Yeah, if you've got his number, you might want to text him.
yeah. I'll Facebook him. I don't have his number. Let's see.
This is what happens when old people compute. I'm just sitting here listening.
He won't read this message on Facebook for 3 days though. Let it run, says lag.
The AARP show. Heck yeah.
Who was it that said Tom's younger than Todd, but Tom acts older?
They were
Who was that? Was that Anissa that said that? Probably Anissa. She's a little
Black
skinny.
said he didn't have anything else to do. Evidently we don't either. Normally we would just exit out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go torment the Lutherans here in a little bit. I got yesterday's orders packed, so I don't have to pack anything else today. Man, I need to list. I started listing LP albums, even ones that I thought were good albums. They just don't sell for a whole lot. I got some
Yes.
Rod Stewart and some Eagles. I got some
this-
1970s stuff.
Yeah, this is the after show. Folks, don't be afraid to trade. So I ended up falling asleep in the recliner and doing other things, but to come out here to ship at night, I'm changing where I ship at night. And that way, if I don't want to go to the post office, I have the option of scheduling a pickup. But I didn't schedule a pickup today because I decided I'd rather force myself to go thrifting.
Boy, Beth showed a picture on Facebook. All of her packages sitting on the porch. She said the delivery USPS guy walked around the packages, put their mail in their slot, and then walked around it again to get back in his truck. It was still sitting there.
The wonderful government, you can't do anything to fire them either. All right, so I got the 2 toys listed. What's next?
Yeah, I just always take my stuff to the post office. It's only 2 miles away, so if
I
that
do too. It's like 3 miles. Copy. Earth to Tom. Well, this will teach him. I don't carry my phone around. You can't. Why do people list these shoes? New low price, $12. What's wrong with these people? Be patient.
new message.
I know it's not. I know 8.5.
Yeah, no, we're still live, Lanchar.
Craig, we would send you a link to come in, but Tom left.
More people watching now than when Tom was on. No, we were up to like 35 or more.
This might be worse than whenever I started the show and talked for 15 minutes before I realized the show went live.
when was that? I don't remember that.
It was a couple months ago. And then what's the other thing I did? I started the show, went live, and I'm like, well, damn, nobody showed up until you came in the audience. You're like, where's the link? And I sent the link, but I never hit enter to send it.
Right.
I'm like, normally at least one person shows up, and well, you gotta hit enter to get the link out.
I felt bad about it, but I said, "Hey, dummy, you left off the. You never sent a link."
Uh, it's not that surprising.
I remember old Fred Sanford calling Lamont, "Hey, dummy,
Big dummy.
big dummy."
That's why none of us care because of the TV shows we grew up with. You couldn't be sensitive and grow up in the '70s.
Uh,
Damn, All in the Family insulted everybody. So did the Jeffersons. Man, it's back when nobody cared and you can make fun of anybody. It was awesome.
bunch of those '70s shows were testing the limits,
Oh, no doubt, for sure.
like Three's Company was kind of groundbreaking on showing, talking about the gay community, and then a bunch of them went on and did it.
I wonder how many people believe that on these all these AI pictures. If I oh yeah, Mash with Klinger, that was yeah, you're 100% right, John.
Klinger was just a cross dresser, though. He was never a.
But in the '70s though, to put him on
Mm.
TV, I'm gonna be ready to go thrifting in a minute. I'm gonna have all these. Yeah, Tom probably is listening, trying to figure out how long we'll go.
Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know why my new phone is only $4 a month. I
It
thought you
should.
told me it was going to be like $700.
Well, they gave you credit for your trade in.
No, they let me keep my old phone. They would give me credit for the old phone if I got the iPhone 16, but I cheaped out. And just went with the 15.
There's not enough difference from the 15 to 16. Which one did you get? The Pro Max, the big one?
No, this is a.
Is it just the 16, the 15 Pro? The what?
Let's see, where's the
Does it have on the back? Does it have three cameras or two cameras?
two?
Yeah, it's just the. It looks like the bigger of the two phones, right? There's an iPhone 15 and a 15.
I don't know.
No,
It's actually a little bit smaller than my 10.
so then I guess it might be just a regular 15.
Let's see. What does it say about?
Under settings, general, about.
Oh, gotta go general about. Yeah, it just says iPhone 15. It doesn't have any
Yeah,
suffixes.
so it's just a base for 15. But even that one, you should be able to see an upgrade in the pictures. Do you use the phone to take your pictures?
Yeah, but I have been using this phone because I didn't know how to set my phone to JPEG until Lag just told me during the show.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, it wasn't hard, but I
No,
didn't know how. It was hard for me because I didn't know how.
I think Apple might be the only one that uses the HEIC format, and it makes huge files. The HEIC makes huge files. I don't like it because of that.
Yeah, I'm just a basic birch. All I know is turn the phone on. I know how to take pictures and videos. That's about it. Chat on Facebook,
Now you're gonna have to pop
check
your
the
cherry
weather.
with pop your cherry with the new phone and go mow the grass or something.
I got a GoPro for that, but let's see.
Yeah, the 15 is the 16 is the one where they gave everybody a lot of upgrades. The 15 wasn't groundbreaking. Uh,
Yeah, the 16 had like a, but it was only 14 a month if I traded in my iPhone 10. Ba, 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 ba. Yes.
yeah, the difference is that the iPhones don't come down a ton. It's the if you ever went to Android. So the new Galaxy 25 is like 12.99. The cheapest one is 12.99, and they lowered the price of the 24 to 8.99. So the
Okay.
S the S24 is probably the much better deal. Yeah, $14, and it cheaped out to the 15.
That's right. That's all I need. I don't need anything but the 10, but it just, the charging port just wore out. I'm wondering if I can get the charging port fixed and sell the i10.
I bet it's not. It would probably not. The juice would not be worth the squeeze. You'd sell it like it is.
How much those we repair phone places charge for something like that?
Screen in for 75.
Too much? Your screen was 75?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwen said to get a new screen was 75 on her phone.
Looks like the iPhone is probably worth the X is worth like $150.
Well, that'd be a profit if it sold, if it cost 75 to fix it. I guess. I don't know. I might ought to get it fixed just to have a backup.
Doesn't it have wireless charging on it? Can't you just charge it wirelessly?
Yeah, but I can't plug it in. I like going hardwired to the computer to download the pictures.
Well, now you don't have to worry about that. So, but
And I can't get the Bluetooth hooked up to my computer. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there.
how old's the computer?
I don't know, 5 years, 4 years. Yeah, AirDrop. I don't know how to do that.
He doesn't have an Apple computer. It should be as simple as opening the Bluetooth and going down to the bottom of the list, and it should tell your computer to be active, and then look at the bottom and hit join.
Yeah, let me try it again. I did try that, but it didn't. It didn't. It didn't find it. Didn't find the.
Now we all look the same. Wah, 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 wah.
Do I have to remove the old phone?
No.
Well, it is not finding the.
Is your old phone connected to the computer right now?
No, it says it's not connected. I'm pretty sure I got Bluetooth.
just a shame that Tom actually turned it. You know, he should have just left it running. That would have been the best. We could watch the cats walk by.
Yeah. Listen to him cuss at his cats.
Where'd the picture go?
Did he finally shut it off? No, he's still going.
Okay.
Uh, says Todd's iPhone, but I think it's just Apple iPhone, the new one. Huh. Well,
Yeah, it will tell you under about name. You can name it whatever you want to under the about section.
oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. Oh, well, maybe. Okay, it does say Todd's iPhone, but the computer says not connected. Make sure my Bluetooth is on my phone.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, turning in for Grandparents Tech. We'll be right with you.
Well, the phone says Bluetooth on, and the computer's Bluetooth on. I don't know why it's not connecting.
All right, there you go, Felix. You can look at the puppies.
Oh, well.
We'll find you another picture to look at, Felix. Hold on. I just finished listing those Brooks Adrenaline shoes. Now let's.
If it says lags iPhone, then you're there. Okay. Even if you close StreamYard, the stream will continue.
Yes.
But he didn't. He didn't ever hit.
He didn't end the live.
He didn't end the live. Maybe we'll get him 50 cents more AdSense.
I mean, I can end it. He won't like it, but I can end it.
All right. Well, I better go tell the Lutherans howdy. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving because Jake just got here.
This is gonna be the best background ever. You gotta wait and see it.
Da, 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 da. Naughty time. Da, da. That's a little blurry.
Why did it not pick up my?
There it is. Maybe
Is that better, Felix?
your left eyelid is kind of droopy or something. What the hell?
I made it look that way.
Oh, okay. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, peace out.